Hello friends, this is Cold Run. Welcome back to a blind playthrough of Final Fantasy XIV's Dawntrail expansion, where we are here in Taral, ready to continue with the MSQ after having seen Sphene's semi-heel turn. Or at least her certainly leaning into her convictions. No matter what. Wuglamon, Pursuit of Sphene. Wuglamon wishes to look in on her soldiers. Well, it was good to catch Kona up. Now we'll talk to the... Huh? Who might this be from? Hello? That's right, Cahciua is with me. Is that so? In that case, let's meet at Sunperch. See you soon. The soldiers don't get their look in. Y'shtola's heading back. I dare to hope she's found a way to pursue Sphene. If you all wanted to go ahead to Sunperch, I'll pay our soldiers a quick call. They do get their hello. Apologies for the wait. You're all here. Then that means... They have an answer? Aye, we believe we found a way to travel to the reflection where Sphene has retreated. I was busy providing aid to Solution 9, so I haven't heard the details myself. I wonder which solution this is. Or which reflection this is. Could you start at the beginning, Y'shtola? Per Sphene's own words, the gate atop Everkeep was opened and closed by the power of interdimensional fusion. And it was the artifact known as the key that allowed her to control it. Let me read that again because I'm slow at understanding words. The gate atop Everkeep, right, was opened and closed by the power of interdimensional fusion. Yes, the same thing that let them zoop into our world. And the key, which we don't know much about, but the key was the thing that let her control it. According to Kettenram, the key was brought with me to the source 20 years ago. Okay. The key was brought with Trial to the source. It was then kept here in the palace until its theft by Zoralja, who used it in Yassolani to fuse a portion of our world with the reflection. So someone had it 20 years ago in our time. You zooped it over to us for safekeeping. Presumably for safekeeping, because they looked scared when they gave the key in that cutscene to Galuf. It was kept in the palace then. Wait. Yes. So the key was with her, but Galuf, who received it, gave it to, Galul Jaja. Galul Jaja kept it in the palace, and Zoralja stole it, and Zoralja then used it in Yassolani to fuse a portion of this world with the reflection. Okay. So, Zoralja used it to communicate through that Golden City and set up, because I don't know why where the Golden City has to do with all this, because the Golden City so far hasn't really come into play much beyond just the entry point, I don't think. I might be misremembering, because the Golden City was not where the fusion happened. Okay. And then he used it to make the deal. He made the deal at the Golden City, and then went to that new place and did the fusion dance. Following Zoralja's demise, Sphene claimed the key and disappeared through the gate. But where exactly did that gate lead? And seeking the answer, we took another look at Orogenics and made a startling discovery. As you all know, there should have been one more level at the summit of Everkeep. I did not remember that or know that. Oh, right, the 12th level. Okay. The 12th level, King of Resolve's royal abode. Shale, right. But when you actually went there, you saw it didn't exist. So had that fused somewhere else? Right, it was just kind of an empty space, wasn't it? Curious, we analyzed Origenix's logs to see where the memories of the departed were being sent, and where should it be but through the gate to the missing 12th level? This does feel like it's leading up to a Memoria section, like from the end of 9, which, again, would be great. That level alone must have lain outside the fused region, and so was left behind. Again, let me read that again. We analyzed the... Alright, where were the memories of the departed... So they thought the memories of the departed were being funneled up to the king's royal abode. But it's gone. And in its place was this portal. And, basically the missing 12th level was the portal. I think. That level alone... Wait, that level alone, the 12th level, must have lain outside the fused region. So the 12th level never ported in here. It's just sitting in the sky, or presumably collapsed to the floor when there was no buildings to support it, I guess? I might be misunderstanding that. Then it means... the reflection to which Sphene has fled is her own. Sure? I guess I don't quite get that. Wasn't her own... I guess they're saying that she fled to the... Okay, so she didn't flee to some mysterious reflection. She fled to the lightning reflection, to the full world of the lightning reflection, because it was left behind. Okay. Indeed. 'Tis Sphene's home world, and she has returned there to join the memories of her departed citizens. Gotcha. But as the key Graha, but as the key lies with her on the other side, we haven't the means to reopen the gate. Forgive me, but I thought we already knew she had gone home. Or at least it seemed obvious to me. Okay. Chill, Booglamot. Not all of us are as sharp on the uptake as you. What I want to know is, how do we pursue Sphene if the gate here is closed? We use another gate, and I just so happens we know where one is. One to that world? The Sky Deep Cenote. Really? Oh, right. That's the Golden City. That's where the Golden City was, right? Was it? Guess we'll see soon enough. God, my memory's bad. Aye, all evidence suggests that the gate leads to the world whence the Alexandrians and I came. Oh no, that was the place. But assuming that's true, how can we reopen it? That is what we shall find out using the code in this earring. Shale, as you recall, Kryle's earring is in fact a data storage device. An analysis of it yielded a code, something used to control a contraption, and a very large one at that. Given the circumstances of Kryle's arrival in the source, we believe that said contraption is the gate to the Golden City. This is admittedly an educated guess, but we are quite hopeful it will work. To make such progress in so short a time, you really are amazing. We couldn't have done it alone. Credit must go to the members of Oblivion for acquiring the information we needed, Shale especially. Aw, bashful Shale. Right then, it seems the plan is set. To the Sky Deep Cenote. I mean, I get that he's a brave little kid, but maybe leave him with, like, daycare? Like, Gululja? Like, this doesn't seem like the place for someone of his head size and smallness. Begging your pardon, Kukushu, but might I have a moment there setting forth? Oh, you're all going to give her the thing? Yes, the thing? Yes, I had thought to save it for later, but in light of these developments, I feel now is the time. As Lamati says, I have something for you. Please come with me to Bayside Bevy. Uliolal is safe in small part due to your valor. As a token of our appreciation, I have commissioned special equipment. Oh, hell yeah, this is the time we get the job equipment, right? While it's inadequate as a expression of gratitude, I pray it will serve you well in your coming mission. It apparently incorporates foreign technology. Leave it to Conan to request such a thing, eh? Now Azunte yonder has the equipment in his keeping. Just say the word and he will bring it out. Alright, let's check out what our... Because I don't know what the Pictomancer, like, set gear is. Job-specific gear, 99, yeah. Good. Something else. Where is this? Where's Mewazunte? Oh, you're right here. Oh, of course this is what it would be. Of course it's the Realm gear. It's like the Realm... I don't know if it's exactly a Realm gear, but it's certainly like the Realm-inspired gear from 6. Okay. That's awesome. Lovely. The hat looks a little bit too much like a shower cap for me. I don't know. Or like a mushroom head. But you know what? It's fine. We'll go with it. Through the Gate of Gold, Wuklamad is eager to set off for the Skydeep Cenote. With your shiny new gear, I reckon you're ready for anything. Come, let's head to the Skydeep Cenote. Access to the area is presently restricted per my orders, so I shall accompany you. The warrior stuff is pretty... It's cool, but it's pretty standard warrior stuff. I like it. It feels a little bit like... I mean, not the axe, but a lot of it feels like... what was her name from Elden Ring? Nefeli Lu. Yeah. Same thing with the White Mage. Feels like pretty standard White Mage. I'm sure there's details in the design that differentiate it. Maybe it's the color scheme that feels so similar to what usually is there for White Mages. Wait, what's that? What's the staff? Oh, the staff I really like. The staff is like this leafy, kind of harkening back to the what was their thing? Was it Conjurer? Yeah, harkening back to like the Conjurer elemental foresty days. But also to that, you know, the big, the light bell that they have. Where is this? Yeah, the Liturgy of the Bell has the same sort of thing. Yeah, very kind of a similar vibe. Why do I know the name Sargatanas? What was it? Oh, look at the Viper. I've only just started to put this on. The Viper gear looks sick. This looks great. Oh, I love the Viper gear. I have my little out-of-place boots because I have to clear room in my armory space. This looks awesome. This may be, as much as I love the Pictomancer stuff, this may be my favorite gear set of the group so far. It's like understated. It feels like at least semi-practical. Oh boy, do I like this gear. Ook. Conan has already gone inside, but I couldn't help to take a moment. Just being here takes me back. It wasn't even that long ago that we visited the Rite. So much has happened since then. Truly, guided by my grandfather's letter, I crossed the seas in search of answers. What awaits us on the road ahead I know not, but I shall walk it to the end with you all. You shall walk it to the end, indeed. Come on, let's go. The whole gang's heading back to the Skydeep Cenote. I guess we're already here. The whole gang is heading into the Skydeep Cenote.
Electrope everywhere one turns, harboring vast amounts of lightning. This place is very much alive. Kryl, try holding your earring to the terminal.
Oh, like a swipe your card thing? It's working.
No luck. Don't give up yet. The terminal reads the code. It might just need higher clearance. Galulja, would you give it a try?
Oh, that's right. Good idea. I wouldn't even thought of that. Yeah, King Galulja.
If the king's authority is passed to you, then the gate ought to open.
What a horrifying final memory.
Behind that which I've gained by the sweat of my brow. It is yours to embrace or spurn.
Yeah, it's a rough way to see your dad go out. Take it with your little T-Rex arms.
What?
Okay, so this is why it's the City of Gold. Have we ever seen it fully golden like this? It's always been kind of that purpley thing. What a visual. That is exciting. The happy smile. Oh my freaking god. They know how to milk the adorable, but the adorable, adorableness.
The earring. It really was.
It really was your very own flash drive.
Remarkable. A void gate is forced open with a blast of ether, and thus appears as a tear in the fabric of reality.
This is a lot more controlled.
In contrast, this is the stitchwork of a master. Neatly hemmed, without a thread out of place. A power to be reckoned with.
I mean, it makes you wonder, like, how many of these other portals there are. Like, maybe it's just here because it's the source and it's the prime thing that they wanted to juke to, but I don't know. This probably wasn't their first attempt.
But now isn't the time to marvel. If Galuljar can open the gate, then so too can Sphene close it. 'Twould be wise to employ magics in its defense, both to maintain its stability and ward off interference.
Excuse me. Stola's gonna stay here?
While I am able to invoke said magics, I cannot sustain them alone. I require another to channel with me, and in unison.
For that role, I do humbly volunteer myself. But even our combined efforts offer no certainty of success. Might we prevail upon the two of you to lend your support?
Of course. If coordination between mages is required, few would be better suited than Alize and myself.
And I hope that you do stay behind, not because I don't like you, but again, because I want the focus to be on the newer characters. I've said that throughout Dawntrail, though.
Shall I remain as well?
While your presence would be welcome, I'd rather you joined the expedition team. For despite our earnest efforts, the gate may well end up closed once more. In such a situation, it may fall to those on the other side to devise a method to reconnect our worlds. A task with which you are not unfamiliar, as I recall.
Very prudent, Ishtola.
I have faith it will not come to that, but should it? I will endeavor not to disappoint.
So, assuming Wooklamart, Kryl, and Erenville are given for this foray, I'll make myself useful here by guarding those who are maintaining the gate. Should any threats emerge, from the world beyond or otherwise, I'll deal with them.
As will I. Which leaves you free to head in there and do what you do best.
Nod vigorously. Oh, yep. See, proving it. Look at that strength of nodding. Just gonna nod the hell out of that other world. With you holding the fort, I know we'll be alright. Make sure we can return while we're still young and beautiful, eh? We're gonna go with it's Alize. She'd appreciate it.
It's fine. Really. Mostly.
Yeah, she's a little bit salty, but that's okay. Understand? Disappointed more than salty.
Alone. Do you hear?
In we go. Doing their same twin thing that we saw way back in Coils of Bahamut. Among other times. But that's one of those moments that sticks out to me as something I'll remember. As that's an iconic image, them, you know, with the book and, you know.
We'll protect the portal. Keep it open no matter what.
Beyond lies an unknown reflection. Short of asking an Ascian, we unfortunately have no way of identifying which one it is.
Oh, like, that's right, because we don't know if it's like the 5th or the 9th or whatever. We just know that it's the lightning one.
Well, what we do know is that it's Sphene's domain. A place where she brings back those who've been lost. So for now, why don't we call it...
Memoria?
The Unlost World.
Oh, okay. All right. Sorry, I keep hyping myself up for this. Not hyping myself. Whatever it is, it's totally good. I thought they were gonna do the thing there.
Let's go.
The Unlost World is a very, you know what? It is fairly poetic. I appreciate it. The Lala stride going in. Stride with pride. Oh. Okay. This is pretty great. Is that Sphene? It has to be.
How
this is
to describe the sheer amazement we felt when we emerged on the other side of the portal. I fear words do not do it justice. Before us was a vibrant world where the memories of the departed abided and reveled in bygone days. Living memory, or so the Endless called it.
This is like the...
How
Look
they
at this
laughed
place.
and smiled as they reminisced upon unfulfilled dreams, alive in all perceivable ways, yet knowing no loss. So resplendent was every ilm of this paradise. The words rose unbidden to my lips. All this time, it was here, The city of gold.
That's right. They told us this the whole time. They told us about the city of gold the whole time. This is really like a heaven. Unlost World living memory. Wow. I don't... No, I'll tell you what I was expecting. I was expecting something much closer to... what the heck is it called? The Tempest. I was expecting something much closer to the memories of... Again, I just can't remember. I just have a terrible memory. Amarot. I was expecting something much closer to the memories of Amarot. This faint, pale vision where she's recreating things. But no, she remade this heaven for these people. What does it look like without her? Oh, and look at that. You could see the, how it looks like, I don't know, how it sort of looks like the symbol of, like, the wings and then the tailing swoopy things, like, how, like, the white and pink down there is sort of like a tailing swoopy thing, and these are, like, the wings surrounding her, even though those are, like, the cosmos of her power or whatnot. What are those spinning up there? Are those, like, the memories themselves? Being, like, that's where the memories themselves lives, and here is where they're manifesting? You got the Final Fantasy IX Mount Gulg over there. You got... Oh, God! Nope, 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 nope. Well, splat. Okay. Well, we're down here now. How do I get back up? Yeah, this mix of this, like, high fantasy thing here with the electrope on top. The roller coasters, the volcanoes. This is, yeah, this is very what dreams may come. The Lalafell Pictomancer riding on the Christmas bear is no longer the strangest thing. Amazing, absolutely amazing. We've literally stepped into the Yokhui legend. Whichever reflection this may be, 'twould seem the barrier between here and the source is thin in Yaktel. That would explain the Yokhui's visions on the location of the gate. Hey, Aaronville, that volcano over there, you don't suppose it's real, is it? An actual volcano spewing forth lava in the middle of a city? I'd like to see that. Oh no, we're gonna see it. Hey, you never know. It's a fantasy world. It's sort of a fantasy world. I could certainly, I could much more understand why she's fighting for this to survive than to sustain this. Like, Solution 9 was cool and all, but look at this place. There's a path down there. Let's see where it goes. I can give you a sneak preview of what the ground feels like. It's strange. Though I've never been to this place before, it somehow makes me feel nostalgic. Unlike Everkeep with all its advanced technology, here it's brick and stone, like we traveled to the past. It does feel like that, but I don't know. It doesn't... I don't know. Differences around may be more superficial than you think. Take a good look at the buildings around us. Yeah, they don't... They don't feel super... Maybe it's the gold motes in the air that make this feel so dreamlike. I don't know. Maybe just the mishmash, but... And the crate floating through the sky, or whatever that is in the top left there. There's electrope everywhere, along with myriad contraptions. Like how Sphene projects her image onto soldiers, I believe this city's appearance is artificial. So it's much more akin to Amarot than it appears than it looked at first. The Aetheryte is identical to the one in Everkeep, is it not? Oh, it actually is. This suggests this place is Alexandrian. That would be a fair assumption. In light of all this, could this city be Everkeep's missing 12th level? I guess I keep forgetting how large Everkeep is. Welcome, friends, welcome. with your Beetlejuice bow tie. Who are you? My name is Constancy, and like you, I am an Endless. I guess pretty much everyone that comes through here has got to be an Endless. Do other people come through here? We've been recreated from the memories of those who have exhausted their souls, the departed, in other words. So they've been recreated from their memories. They aren't actually their souls. Great effort is taken to ensure the integrity of your memories, so it will feel no different than from when you were flesh and blood. Let's go along with it for now. I am a caretaker here at Living Memory, City of the Endless, and it is my pleasure to provide guidance to newcomers such as your good selves. So when someone dies... Wait, so I'm confused about this. Okay, so one of Sphene's people dies. Let's say Sphene kills someone as perfectly as she'd like. Does that soul go to a soul cell? No, the memory joops out here. It's sucked. The soul energy itself is used to power Everkeep, including this place. Correct me if I'm wrong here, if it's not a spoiler. So someone dies. They have a regulator. Their memory is juped up here, where they get to live out paradise. Their soul cell is used to... Their soul cell is used as a buffer for eternal life there? I don't get that. Is the buffer for the Endless? Or is it for people who are still... It's for people who are still living only. Is that just a side benefit? Why do that even? Why not just... Why do you care at all about that? I guess because the people in there who are not... No, but... So... a few questions. How many people are Endless? How many of the people in Everkeep are Endless? Is it most of them? Some of them? Is it everyone in Everkeep, but not the people like working in the fields outside? But no, they have to provide food. The memories, the Endless don't need food, as we've seen from Sphene. So it's like there's two societies almost. There's the Society of the Endless, and then there's the Society of the actually alive people. But the Alexandrians it's kind of an ever-growing kingdom, because the people who die, they have kids and or whatnot, or and so that civilization is whatever, but like their memories, when they die and the regulator whoops them away, their soul gets used to help the people who are the part of the society that's still alive, and the memory gets separated and whooped over here to live out eternity as an Endless. That's my best understanding. Simply put, it's a recreational attraction. The city is divided into 4 areas, each of which captures scenery that once defined our continent. In this way, we ensure that what is lost is not forgotten, that all precious memories endure forevermore. In Everkeep's early days, this place was used by the living, but it was made a haven for the Endless hundreds of years later. So this is all was supposed to be part of Everkeep. Now then, if you'd please follow me, I shall give you a guided tour. Do take care, as wildlife brought here for preservation roams freely. Including beasts we have to fight. Okay. Oh, hold on a moment. While the tour would be interesting, it's Sphene we've come to see. Oh, so you wish to meet the Queen. In that case, you're in luck. Really, you want to be that bold about it? Like you don't want to just sneak around and try to find her? It was just announced Her Majesty will enter into a slumber, but there is still time. A slumber. If you try calling to her before the Meso terminal at the center of the city, she will likely appear. I'm not sure how things work around here, but let's head to this Meso terminal. Our thanks, Constancy. We'll take you up on the tour next time. I shall look forward to it. Good luck seeking out Her Majesty. Thank you for also averting the tour quest. I appreciate that, Wook. Yeah, no, she looks much more brawny there, we'll say, in that little art picture thing. So this must be, these signs must be the different attractions you go to. Like this might be like to the water wheel, and this might be to the pit of eternal snakes, or more likely the wind section. Again, I'm thinking of that Final Fantasy IX dungeon lead up where like the party split into groups of 2 and each had to take out an elemental fiend. One pair went to earth, one went to fire, one went to fight the fiend of wind, one went to fight the fiend of water. Even in 9, as much as I like that game, that was a really strange and kind of very, I don't know, it felt like it could have been more. But yeah, where are we going? Are we going to the, well, let's go to fire. The fire section seems neat. Unless we have to cross the bridge. Can we go to the fire section? Take me. No, I guess not. Not yet. We can't go to Mount Gulg. We could probably have to go, yeah, just straight on till morning. Ooh, lookout. Yeah, I am gonna take a look at all the lookouts I can find here. Meso Terminal, a colossal golden structure arises from the center of living memory. A glittering monument to Alexandria's eternal queen, it also serves as the central terminal for Everkeep's core system. As far as eternal queens go, if I were a resident of the, I mean, never mind. I was gonna say like, I would take this over like the Baldur's Gate 3 Lich Queen, but like, as nice as this is, it really is only sustained by the souls of the colonized, right? Like, I believe that there's probably a smaller way that they can make this work without, God, this place is so cool. Look at, God, look how big it is. Horse in the Round. Tell me that's a carousel boss. I believe there's probably a smaller place that's sustained ethically without, like, you know, by more willing souls, but I don't know. Maybe it's a pyramid scheme. Maybe that's not possible. Can the endless venture elsewhere only survive here? Great question, Kryl. This is why they pay you the big bucks. Plants are real. Nothing is an illusion. So the plants are real. That is interesting too. So it's not, this is like a mix, hey, let me go. This is a mix of stuff real and illusory. Discovered the Meso Terminal. And I don't know if this is meant to look genetic or whatever with the helix. It's not really a helix, but with the weaving thing. Or if it's just meant to look ornate and regal.
Sphene? Are you there? If you are, say something. We need to talk.
Maybe she'll be impressed by how we came to be here.
Sphene.
Also, I wonder what the slumber is. Like, is that like a fake thing? Like she's going to actually just go to another reflection and harvest more souls?
That you should come here.
Impressive, right?
I haven't known you long, Sphene, but I know you have a good heart. Your love for your people is proof of this. I can't let you do what you're trying to do. And deep down, I don't think you want to do it either.
I want a world without suffering. A world where nothing is lost. Would that such a place existed.
I mean, they've certainly tried it. I mean, you're like... It's funny how, as different as this is largely the Ascian plot line, isn't it?
But the endless only grow in number, and ever more life force is needed to sustain them.
Not quite, but it does. It goes over similar ground more than I would have expected before I started Dawntrail.
Within the barrier, we have managed to curb the cycle of rebirth these few hundred years. But we've reached the limit. That is why I looked to interdimensional fusion, to harvest what we needed from your world. From your people. And with the key, we will have it.
Yeah, so if you're running out of power without this, and so you would need more fresh souls, or else you would just have to die. Cycle of rebirth, I think she just means is like go into the life stream and jupe out as a new person, whatever. Like get recycled the way everyone else does in this world when you die.
Once you've plundered our world of ether, what then? Will you do the same to others?
Yeah, this isn't sustainable. It's not. It certainly can be extended for a long time. Like if you go and you kill everyone in the universe, in all the reflections, sure, you'll last a while, but you will eventually have to stop. Like none of this makes it eternally sustainable.
All men eventually die.
I am no man.
If you make endless of everyone, you will never have enough ether to sustain them. You but prolong the inevitable.
That's what I'm saying. But prolong the inevitable is not always a bad thing.
If you would nevertheless persist in this folly, we must stand against you. For we too have people we cannot lose, places to which our hearts belong.
Damachi, I would have loved nothing more than to work hand in hand with you to tend our nations. But fate is cruel. By the time it had brought us together, our futures had already been written.
They do go back to the fist a lot, don't they? Like,
the kind
we get it.
And gentle Queen Sphene was too weak to serve her people, and so she will serve them no more.
She was strong enough to serve them in the way that they'd want to be served. I really think if you put out a poll among the Endless and said, would you want to keep living this way as you are? And in the outside, thousands, millions, whatever, will get murdered to sustain you. I don't know that they would say yes.
I will erase all memories of the living Sphene. She who has cursed me with this soft and powerless nature. Freed from conscience, I shall become a ruler that can protect Alexandria. A devourer of worlds.
And she's crying the whole time. Yeah, she knows she has to do this to progress, but
cannot protect their own without doing harm to the other. There can only be one resolution. It is a hard truth, but one you understand, don't you?
I think the way you get around that is by redefining harm, in this case. In this specific context. Like, this is not... seeking to sustain this thing does not seem as full a benefit as you're putting it. And she, I mean, clearly she knows she's about to do something awful, like, because has to make herself someone different to go through with it, essentially. The evil's not... I'll protect my world and all others. Let's resolve this. The evil's not inevitable. Find another way. Yeah, there's... Obviously, it's not going to work, but, like... Talk to your people, tell them the full truth and see what they say. Something like that.
I'm afraid we're out of time. The process has begun, and it cannot be stopped.
The slumber is the slumber that Sphene, that the, like, kindly Queen Sphene is going into. is there gonna be, again, this is another, like, will they say the thing? But, like, I wonder if, like, now Sphene is gone. I am Queen Braun. I don't think so. I don't think they're gonna be that on the nose with it. I wouldn't mind if they were, but I don't think they'll do that.
Meso-terminal memory deletion in progress.
Yeah.
Meso-terminal memory deletion in progress. Upon completion, interdimensional fusion will commence.
Sphene!
What are we to do now, damn it? Felt I had to come to understand Sphene, but I'm still clueless, utterly clueless. Give me my mesquite juice, that's the key. Alright, I have to take a break for a bit, but I will keep the same video going, I think. Those who live forever. Wook-Lamot's frustration is fairly palpable. It's the next day. It doesn't seem like we can do much else here. Let's return to the Aetheryte for now. The caretaker, Constancy. Perhaps he can tell us more about his business of Sphene going into a slumber. That's true. It's not like this is a new thing where... It sounds like this is a regular thing. Because I was thinking before that Sphene was about to go into a slumber as like, alright, I'm going to a slumber and time to awaken the evil queen, you know, not evil, but time to awaken aggressive, conquering Queen Braun, like that, a new personality, but it sounds like she's done this before. Like, it sounds like this is just a regular cycle. On the other hand, what if she has done this before? What if she's like, I cherish the moments as Sphene when I can be the good Queen Sphene as best I can, but when I have to go to another reflection and you know, yoink some of their stuff, like I activate this other personality, and other people, the city doesn't know it. They just assume I'm going into some, you know, tech-needed slumber. He's nowhere in sight. Perhaps he has taken other recent arrivals on a tour. He does seem to be a tour guy. Looking for someone, are you? Who's this? Yes, he was just here earlier, a fellow named Constancy. Who is this? Wait, what? I'm sure I'll know the name if I hear it. Hello, everyone. You made it here as I knew you would. Is that who I think it is? Wait. Is this Cahciua? Is this, like, young Cahciua memoried up? Oh, no. It's Cahciua. Oh, damn it. Oh, I'm so sorry, Erenville. Your mom is quite something. None other. This is the first time some of you are seeing me in the proverbial flesh, isn't it? Feast your eyes, then. She who was controlling that unassuming machine was a ravishing Shatona maiden. She really is. She is absolutely a ravishing Shatona maiden. Oh, I love the... Is that a hair that, like, the rabbits the Viera can get in game? The what's it called? There's a term for that. I don't remember what it is. Like this, I don't know, where like half of your thing is put into the braid things. I don't know hair. Oh man, look at her design. She's like engineer. She's like straight out of, she's like straight engineer. I like, not just engineer, like, because I know a lot of engineers that do not dress like this. She's like the scrappy inventor. Oh, this is great. I friggin' love this. Poor Erenville. This is like when we're watching our friends and I are watching Arcane. There's a not quite drinking game where every time someone says pour powder or oh no powder, you take a shot. This is oh no Erenville is like, or poor Erenville is the version here. And so she was here the whole time. I guess that makes sense. We didn't see her die or anything. And she wasn't just, she was, I just assumed that she was like a reproduction in the cloud, not that she was controlling the AI as in this body from another area. That was a bit much, wasn't it? Ignore me. And it's like she even has Erenville's jacket like wrapped around her waist. So it was true. That to me, that you're here means... Yep. I tried to tell you so many times, but my courage always failed me. I am indeed an endless. Have been for quite a while now. Erenville. Now, you've come to stop Sphene, yes? I can help with that, but I have a request to make. You know how to stop her, then? There are no guarantees. Your coming here makes it a distinct possibility. As my wish is relevant to your mission, will you hear me out? You can decide what to do afterwards. Excellent. To begin, we'll need to head to a different area. Where are we going first? Wind? See that sentry? I'll have them grant you access to the zip line. Alright, water is up first. We're going to Water World. Zipline? What's that? You're gonna have so much fun. No, she's not. She's gonna be terrified. What am I talking about? This is... Yeah, no, Wuklamada is gonna be terrified of this. A fun little mode of transport. A fun little mode of transport is what Wuklamad hears in her nightmares. They don't see much use, though, as we Endless can teleport freely within living memory. This particular... Won't that give up the game, then? Like... If the Endless can teleport, I guess maybe new Endless can't teleport yet. This particular line will take you to a zone called Canal Town. I'll be waiting for you there. What was the Canal Town in 15? That was a really cool zone. With that endearing pushiness, it could only be Cahciua. Let's go. Quick, hug Erenville as soon as you possibly can, if he's open to it. He's probably not. Because I see the zip line here. I thought this was going to be like a trolley sort of thing, because it's two of them. So I just assumed that it was going to be like, was going to bring up a car that would take us down. Like a ski lift. You don't seem to be... error, user registration confirmed. I bid you welcome to Canal Town, the resort of romance and relaxation. Please enjoy your stay. It was Lunafreya's home, wasn't it? The watery place? No, it's been so long since I played that game, and I have not seen any Let's Plays of it afterwards. Yeah, it's Fantasy Venice, which is also what that Final Fantasy 15 place was. What a charming place. Oh, I'm still a warrior. I meant to swap back to Picto, but oh well. Look at those horns. That's them. The people Sphene strives to protect. They look happy. And I don't... When I... Look at that volcano and fire. Why would people have the fire volcano or the fire fantasy anyway? I get this as heaven, but... Maybe the volcano is for more adventurous types? Like you have the fantasy of like running away from a volcano, but no, it's a constant thing. It's not like an adventure simulation. Because the earth stuff, I could see the others. The wind, I could see like the, you know, looking out on the clouds or whatever. Water is this. Earth is... I saw like some woody area, so a more like natural looking place. What fantasy of heaven revolves around fire? and volcanoes. I guess if it's like a tropical paradise sort of thing where, like, because I know there are parts of like Hawaii where there are volcanoes, but they're not bubbling and erupting like when you're in the good times there. I don't know. I don't know. They seem happy. I mean, this is a... And it's funny, isn't it? There's something... I was talking the other day about how similar this often is to the Ascians, and there is similarity to that whole, like, we're gonna kill your people to preserve ours. But specifically to Emmett Selk and to some like him. I know there's a lot of Ascians. Ascians are not a monolith. But, like... I really like that Sphene is not Sphene has a more expansive notion of Alexandrian here. That Cahciua gets to be part of the group. Sphene, one of the choices that Sphene could have made and chose not to do was to just keep her original people. She's not like trying to keep the people she had from, 300 years ago or whatever. Like, it's an ever-growing, ever-evolving civilization that she keeps putting under her protection, as far as I understand it. So what's this request of yours? I want you to erase us. Erase the endless. Poor Erenville. What? Is it so that there's no more incentive for someone to come in? Because that seems pretty bad too, because I do really get Sphene's point that now that they're here, like, they feel alive to themselves. There's not... I think it's a pretty nuanced distinction to say that, well, they're not alive, like, to say that they're just dead, and so, they don't count. Like, they really do feel alive to themselves. Let's go, while I'm thinking about this, I'm going to go look at that lookout point. What's the difference between them and living people? It's organic. It's not just organic. Oh gosh, this is really, let me know, I am curious, let me know what you think, if it's not based on anything, information we get past here. Canal Town, a resort of romance and relaxation, this charming town in living memory was designed around the element of water. In addition to traversing its enchanting canals, one can find fortune at the Font of Devotion or explore the Daguerreo Medical Collection. I'm looking up Final Fantasy IX Daguerreo. That name is really familiar to me and I can't think of why. It's an island city in 9, near the Forgotten Continent, a library of sorts, mysterious and unexplained. Oh my gosh, this is really cute. Because again, I just totally forgot about this. The best weapons and armor can be bought or synthesized here, but despite the many tomes, the Daguerreo's lower levels are flooded. Is that why this is the watery land? That's really neat. That's really neat. I guess this isn't the whole place isn't Daguerreo, it's just the Daguerreo Medical Collection. Maybe the Daguerreo will be like look at the water sprite down there. Maybe Daguerreo will be just the like part of the medical collection is flooded or something. It's under the canal. But no, they don't have the same like sinking issues as Venice does. It's fantasy world. But we don't know how fantastical or realistic it is. Like they probably want to incorporate some of the less desirable elements, like in desirable, like there might be some elements of like pain and discomfort, that sort of thing that they incorporate to make it feel like a real world. Oh, come now, spare me those gloomy faces. Being alive, you're the only ones who can do this. Why? And we won't have a better opportunity than now, while Queen Sphene is busy preparing to initiate interdimensional fusion. It's wrong to sacrifice others to sustain the endless. This I firmly believe. But talking to you now, you seem as real as any of us. Bam. And if you need an answer right away, I don't know if I can give it. Is there a reason we need to act so soon? Because, as you've said, it's wrong to sacrifice others to sustain us. Remember, we need life force. Other forms of ether don't cut it. So that's the distinction they're saying, that they're essentially... It's like if someone were a vampire. Yes, they're alive, just the way that I'm alive. Assume they're just a regular old run-of-the-mill, feed on humans vampire. They're alive the way that I'm alive, but my being alive doesn't require me to murder. There's nothing necessarily parasitic about me being alive. Cahciua is saying that they can't just get, like... I mean, and there's a whole argument I know about, like, are cows, is morals of vegetarian? Like, I eat steak to live, does that make me just like a vampire? But I'm going for the fairly mainstream assumption that there's something significantly different between people and animals. So, like, I can subsist, and even if I can subsist on things that are not people. She's essentially saying all the Endless are vampires. They can only subsist on people. The process is different. It's a far less messy for them. Like, they don't have to go and bite people and drench themselves in their luscious blood. But they, nonetheless, are feeding on their life anyway. In the beginning, we managed with the ether of those who died in the barrier, but as our numbers grew, there began to be a shortage. We managed with the ether of those who died in the barrier. So during the shift. But they keep increasing the number of people they have here. That's why Queen Sphene looked to other sources. Even the ether I'm composed of may have come from the victims of the attack on Tulihyolol. I can't bear that thought. Can't bear to exist because someone died. And if there were a whole city of vampires doing that thing, and they didn't even know they were doing the murder, let's say they blacked out during the time they had to go bite someone on the neck, it would be awful. It would feel awful, but it would also probably be morally right to kill that town of vampires. We'd probably feel the same way if we were in your shoes, but what exactly are you asking us to do? Yeah, is there like a literal plug to pull? In each zone, there's an enormous data storage device called a terminal. That's where our memories are kept. If you shut down the terminal, the memories within will disappear, along with those Endless created from them. But does this need to be done now? Can't we stop Sphene first and then take it from there? A good question. It's precisely in order to stop Sphene that it must be done now. Because it'll, like, distract her and stop her from interdimensionally fusing. Her own memories are stored within the meso-terminal, which stands at the heart of living memory. This is the only way to stop her, right? Because otherwise she's not a physical being at this point. She's like the Matrix. Or she's like the Architect. I haven't seen the Matrix movies in a while. I don't know. Maybe she's like Agent Smith? As you would expect, the terminal's defenses are extremely tight, but it has moments of vulnerability, such as when it has just finished calculations, which we can exploit to shut it down from within. While we wait for that opening, we erase the Endless. Once we are gone, the Sphene will no longer have a reason to plunder ether from other worlds. But once you're gone, isn't Sphene gone with you, or is Sphene a distinct entity from the Endless at this point? Would Sphene simply allow us to shut down the terminals? No, she'd fight back. In preparation for fusion, the meso-terminal is currently performing massive calculations while gathering energy. Even if the system notices us, it cannot easily suspend the process. Rather than doing so, I believe it will attempt to accelerate the timetable and bridge worlds before the plan can be thwarted. It wouldn't be a decision Sphene would wish to make, but she would be able to save those who are stored in the meso-terminal at least. There's sense in your strategy, and in resolving to stop Sphene, we had anticipated it might come to this, but to actually talk about erasing the Endless is difficult. You needn't feel any guilt. No matter how lifelike we may seem, we Endless are but facsimiles crafted from memories. This, I think, is the weakest argument. I think this is by far the weakest argument against stopping the Endless. But she's not saying it's an argument. She's saying it's a reason to feel less bad, but I think that's an argument still. Besides, stopping Sphene requires that you shut down the Meso Terminal, which sustains us all. Sooner or later, it will need to be done. But, like, if that weren't the case, if these people could exist independently and there were no needs to, no energy requirements, you take that out of the equation, I would, at the moment, argue that it would be morally wrong to just as much, I'd even go as far as to say just as much as killing an actual person. I think killing these things would probably be just as wrong. In the cosmology of 14, I guess they have no ether or souls or whatever, or no souls, but like, they have full sentience, the same way I hope I do. If we're to be a race, then let it be before more people come to harm. Living, breathing people with futures they deserve to experience. We'll do as you ask. There has to be another way. I don't want you to go. You know, Cahciua has a titanic crush on Cahciua. I don't want you to go. And by Cahciua, I mean, you know. While I appreciate the thought, we can't afford to miss the chance. Do this for me, will you? There has to be another way. Cahciua's down bad. And by Cahciua, I mean... I'm afraid not. We spent years scouring Preservation's records, but found nothing. It's truly a bothersome system they've created. Alright, let's scroll down to the secret option. No, there's no secret option. We'll do as you ask. Thank you for respecting my wish. And as a personal request, while her actions cannot be condoned, I ask that you afford Queen Sphene a measure of understanding. Know that she herself didn't choose to become an Endless. It was Preservation that made the choice for her. She's powerless to resist her purpose. Is she? Is that why she is so dedicated to her principle no matter what? Like it's her hard programming or her overriding core principle? What do you mean? Maybe that's why she has to shut down this personality, because this Sphene personality wants to fight against it and makes it too complicated? The Sphene you know is an ideal that Preservation brought to life. Harnessing the love the living Sphene bore for her people, they brought forth an eternal queen whose primary directive is to preserve the Endless. Okay. That makes me feel even worse for her. It also is, I don't know, there's something disturbing there. Like, I'm sure this Sphene doesn't, like... This Sphene is probably just, again, like an idealized version. This Sphene doesn't fart. This Sphene, like, doesn't have, like, really annoying quirks where she, like... I don't know. What... Name your favorite annoying quirk that's also endearing. She doesn't have all those. As you know, the Endless consume ether. Sphene was compelled to find ways to procure it, and that compulsion has driven her to resort to interdimensional fusion. What? Are you telling me the original Sphene wouldn't have chosen this? What the queen might have done, only she herself would know, right? You're not putting her up on a pedestal. She was probably a good queen, but she probably wasn't like an endless font of love for her people. But the scientists of Preservation have vanished, leaving their created queen to walk alone. So as you go about your mission, think not that you're stopping a ruthless villain, but rather that you're relieving a troubled soul of her burden. Ordinarily, I would think this is being way too overt about telling like, we got it, like, we got the gist of this, but this is like, there's a plot reason for her to say this. This isn't just them spelling out the themes of you know, the villain's motivations and pros and cons. It's Cahciua has an active reason to convince Uklamat of this. All right, Cahciua, we understand now, both your reason and your feelings. But before we erase the Endless, I'd like to know them. I'd like to know what she fights tooth and nail for. If you're going to... Does Wook have claws and not nails? Wook doesn't have nails. If you're going to reject... She knows what nails are. Anyway, if we're going to reject someone's beliefs, let it be after we've come to understand them. This is a lesson I've learned from the Rite of Succession. I realize we're pressed for time, but if it's all right with you, I want to meet as many people as I can. Wook is so good. That's another drinking game. You truly are Galul Jaja's kitten. Well, the calculations will take a while still. It should be fine to do this as we proceed to the terminals. I'm with you. We might not be able to learn everything, but it would be nevertheless be meaningful if we could glimpse the hearts of those who inhabit this place before we set them free. Yeah, like, I mean, it would certainly... I don't know that it would change much. Like, do they feel hollow? Do they feel... I don't know. I'll leave it to you then. When you've finished here, come and find me at the fountain near that big clock tower. I'm trying to think why they'd zoom in on the clock tower. Is that a reference to something too, or is she just showing us on the map where to go? Right, let's split up and find some locals to speak with. It really is a lovely place. You should run... Kakushu, why are you still here? Run along. This is... You're interrupting a moment. Oh my god, talk about third wheeling here. Run along and enjoy it while you can. Kakushu. Fucking Kakushu. Literally one of the last moments they'll have, private moments that the mother and son there will have together, and Kakushu's just like staring at them. There, we're a Picto. Cheerful Endless. Well now, I don't believe I've seen you around before. A newcomer, I take it. It's wonderful here, let me tell you. Why, I just bumped into a dear friend in life, and we've been whiling away the hours reminiscing. It might have been more like days, actually. You don't get a sense of the time here. By the way, did you hear the announcement earlier? As much as I love this place, I wonder if Sphene can really sustain us forever. But I suppose there's no worrying about such things. So they definitely know they're endless. They definitely know they're dead. And I guess they get to pick their forms or their ages. Like if someone, I hope if someone like being like in their 60s that they don't, or they aren't forced to be like 20, look like they're 22 again. I guess they're recreated from the best memories that people have of them. But what if someone is remembered by 3 people? They're remembered by a child who sees them as a grandparent. They're remembered by a past relative who sees them as a... Or they're remembered... Let's keep it that way. Let's keep it simple. Let's say that there's a grandparent, and there's a great-grandparent who's alive. No, but their memories wouldn't be uploaded first. All right, 60-year-old person. They die. There's people who are 80 who know them. And there's people who are like 20 who know them. And people who are 5 who know them. The person who's much older may have fondest memories of them as a child. The child may have the child only has memories of them as a grandparent. What age are they here? Is it up to them? Do they get to choose? Is there like an RPG function where you could change your face? Anyway, sorry. I suppose there's no use worrying about such things. Anyway, thanks to you, we found a break in our conversation. We'll go and ride the gondola next. So this was the cheerful Endless. When are we going to find the Endless who can't get away from their stalking ex here? Who was pursued by them in life and is now pursued by them in death? or the Endless who was sincerely, I don't know, who just wanted to move on. That, I think, is probably the most common. I think there are probably people who were like, I lived my life, I did it, I did the thing. This is a facsimile. Like, even in San Junipero, there were a lot of people who opted out. Oh, hello. Taking in the sights of Canal Town, are you? Both my wife and I just adore this place. We had become estranged in life, she and I, but being here gave us the chance to reconcile. I couldn't be more grateful for the chance to spend these blessed little moments together again. I have no more regrets. Whether Her Majesty's plan succeeds or no, I can rest with peace in my heart. Well, we'll continue on our way. But we hope to see you again. Till next time. What if, I don't think they're going to do this, what if the fireplace is like a hell for those who want to be punished? Like a form of like despair for those who feel like, I don't deserve happiness, I was an awful person in life, I couldn't take what if it's like that? I don't think they would do that, but it does make me wonder. These are all happy people, and I've been on the planet Earth. Not everyone would be happy to keep going. Or not necessarily, but sure, but the people who do keep going wouldn't necessarily be satisfied and happy there. There's not necessarily a way to make that happen unless you fundamentally change who they are. You there, have you tried popcorn from that stall? You haven't? You don't know what you're missing. I consider myself something of a gourmand, and believe me when I say the classic salt flavor is amazing. The saltiness is simply exquisite. That's the only way to describe it. Once you have a mouthful, it's impossible to stop until it's all gone. And after you've tried that, I urge you to seek out other stalls. There are lots of them everywhere, all manner of delights. For another recommendation off the top of my head, the ice cream over in a seal volcane. It's so smooth and rich. Okay, never mind. So it's not it's not a self-punishment hellscape. Okay. Just thinking about it has given me a hankering. That's it. I'm gonna go and have some right now. Like, all this seems awesome. You have to have a lot, if you're signing up for a technological afterlife, you have to have a lot of trust in the people running it. A lot of trust. I would not do that. I would not. I say that now. I'm not on, knock on wood, I don't think I'm on death's doorstep. I don't know how I'd feel then. I absolutely reserve the right to change my mind and respect that. Me saying this now, because I get, knock on wood, I get to live tomorrow, I hope, doesn't necessarily mean that I would feel differently when the clock is, when the clock is running down and I know it, I'm aware of that. Welcome, Erastus, welcome, have a browse and let me know when you're ready to order. Oh god, those are cat faces. You're on that lady's recommendation as well. You're on that lady's recommendation as well, I take it. I had been wondering what the Endless do for sustenance, so it seemed a good opportunity to learn. Maybe they don't need the sustenance, they just eat for fun. Oh, this is your first time eating, is it? The food here is created using ether and memory data. To us, it just tastes like the real thing. So how about it? Care for some popcorn? Let's give it a try, shall we? And as far as heavens go, this seems like a great one, like a fantastic one, just limited. That's the spirit. Find a table you like and I'll bring it right out. Lest you worry, there's no charge. All the food is free here. Is this guy an Endless? Does he have to work retail as part of his eternity? Is he a customer service job forever? In a customer service job forever? Because that's rough. I mean, he might enjoy it. But what heaven needs people? Well, I don't know. Again, I'm thinking of a thing from The Matrix where that really stuck with me, which was that earlier versions of The Matrix, before they made it feel like the real world, were without all the pain and suffering and all that, and people rejected it. That to make it something that the mind would buy, there had to be enough elements that felt real, even if they were negative. And so they ended up making like the more realistic, just like the real world thing. People couldn't take the idea of couldn't fathom the idea of a world that was better than that. They wouldn't accept it. Anyway, food recreated with memory data. How will this taste in the living, I wonder? The cat face zoom in. Well, as they say, there's only one way to find out. I'm happy that this is basically Graha's paradise, going on adventures with me. Whose paradise would that not be? Everyone wants to go on adventures with me. You sample a handful of popcorn. While it has texture, you can detect no taste whatsoever. That's really, yep, that's fascinating. Good gods, it tastes like nothing at all. Nothing at all. Nothing at all. Yeah, you gotta fake it. Because you gotta pretend you're endless. You gotta be like, what is this? Oh, yum. Delicious. I mean, it's amazing. I've never had such tasty popcorn. Yep, that's an endless. It's not our bestseller for nothing. Imagine when someone likes your food and you automatically just literally give them a round of applause. Now, what about you? I'm going to do that next time I give someone chili and they like it. The saltiness is exquisite. I know how to... The saltiness is good. I hope there's butter in there. If not, then this is the bad place. Always special watching newcomers eat for the first time. Do Japanese movie theaters like popcorn, butter on their popcorn? Do they have the same snacks? Yeah. They're just like the people of Everkeep. Yep. Yep. Their communal spirit, their delighted smiles, exactly the same. Thank you for your custom. Come again anytime. So just to make sure I'm understanding, Solution 9 is the same as this place, right? Like both the people in Solution 9 are, and here are, I guess Solution 9 has some non-endless. Are there endless in Solution 9? There are endless in Solution 9, right? Or so wait. Here they're all endless, and in Solution 9 is it... Gosh, I don't know. The Everkeep has a lot of levels. This is a level similar to all the other levels. So I guess this really should be a similar... But maybe people who are alive can only be in in the main part of the Everkeep, in the tower part, because they need physical food. By the way, prior to this, a man caught my eye near the canal. He appeared to be searching for something rather frantically. Did you perchance to see him too? No. No? Must say I'm curious as to what has him so flustered. Could you help me look for the fellow? My thanks. Let's head to where I saw him. Maybe now we'll get to see the more stressed side, or the kind of the downside of heaven, of tech heaven. It would seem he's no longer in the vicinity. Let us keep looking. Whatever it is that troubles him, perhaps we can be of assistance. And we'll see if we can be of assistance next time, because I'm a bit over. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, leave a like, subscribe if you want to see more, and I'll see you next time. Enjoy.